So welcome today to everyone. Today we are going to cover the following concepts. Basically today we'll be learning what is a sales funnel, what is a lead magnet, then we'll jump to Facebook campaign objectives, like what are the different types of objectives supported by Facebook, and what is the ad account structure supported by Facebook. Like there are three things. One is campaign, ad set and ads. We'll look into those things, that what these terms mean. Then we learn how to create an ad account. Okay, so let's get started. So first of all, what is a funnel? uh, Basically it's a sales process. Okay, it means a series of steps. You take your customer from one step to other, to third step, fourth step, fifth step, to eventually make him buy your main offer. Like there are lots of series of steps. One is your main offer, but sometimes you give him small things. You don't say that buy my this biggest product directly. Usually you will say that okay, try this, take the demo, then try this, then try this, then eventually you can do that. Or you can uh, think it of other way as well. The aim is to filter low quality clients. Basically, for example, if you are running an ad, lots of people will see your ad on the top. Basically the top of the funnel, lots of people are seeing your ad, and then slowly they will come down. Okay, let's say my ad reached to 1 lakh people. Out of those 1 lakh people, let's say 20,000 people visited my landing page. Out of those 20,000 people, let's say uh, 2,000 people enrolled in my workshop. Out of those 2,000 people, maybe who enrolled in my workshop, they just registered that they want to attend the workshop. What will happen? 25% will come to my workshop. They will end up showing on the workshop. So 25% will join the workshop. So 500 is joining the workshop. And out of those 500 people, there will be 5-10% conversion for the main course. If I'm selling something online, it might be course, it might be some product, anything. For example, if you're into multi-level marketing industry, you can sell product. If you're into furniture industry, someone is from here is into furniture industry, he can sell his furnitures. So whatever is the thing, that is the process. We'll take more and more examples, because funnel is the, you can say, the critical part for any ad. Okay, so let me move further. Before we come to different types of funnel, let me take you through a small example. This is the same thing which I had said. Top of the funnel is where people don't know you. The more filter you, the more you pass them through your funnel, the more they are ready to buy from you, because now they you know you more. Let's take a real life example. You are visiting a dentist. Okay, so dentist won't sell you the main product directly. Let's say they have something called RCT, or maybe they have some cosmetic surgery. They won't be selling you those things directly, right? So first they will, when you visit a dentist, what is the process? First you will go there. On the reception, you will fill a form. They'll check all the details. Okay. After that, you will go to the room. The dentist will be there. He'll examine your tooth and teeth, everything. Then what he will do? He will suggest something, like he will take 400-500 rupees to examine the teeth. That is the consultation fee, right? After consultation, then he will come to the root cause of the problem, because without consultation, how can he come? But he's taking it through a series of steps. Maybe after consultation, he will tell that you need a RCT, or you need some surgery, or whatever is the thing. That is one example. Similarly, anything you take, the example will be same. If you're going to learn dance, or if you're going to a gym trainer, again you will go there, you want 2-3 days demo first. After demo, you want to enroll in that gym. You want to see if the trainer is good or not for you, right? Or let's take one more final example. Let's say in case of marriage, marriage doesn't happen directly. Like you meet with the parents, then, or you meet with a girl, then, like it happens, right? You meet with a girl, then talk to her, then make friendship and all. Like there's a series of steps, right? Then marriage comes, right? So in terms of Facebook, we call it audience temperature. That people at the top, people who don't know you, they are called cold audience, cold, cold audience. They are called cold audience for you because they don't know you, they have heard nothing about you. Now let's say once they know you, they have registered for your ad, they have seen your ad, they visited your landing page, then they become warm audience for you. And let's say they have attended your workshop as well. Now you are hot audience for me. Now if I want, I can sell any product to you directly because now you are hearing me from 2 3 days. But initially, let's say 1 week before, I was uh, you were a cold audience for me because you didn't knew me, I didn't knew you, you didn't knew me. But when you saw my ad, you became warm. So this is the concept, right? So clear till now, guys? Please type in clear. Let me check. If you are clear with the concept of funnel, like I took lots of examples because that is required. Because the whole time, whatever we would be doing is we would be doing nothing, but we would be building funnel in our later stages of Facebook ads journey. Okay. So this is the example which I have written. Let's say what can be a typical funnel for any product, or let's say a course. It can be you first gave a video. You first launched a video, educative video, 5 minutes for any topic. You gave a video. Let's say you are teaching personal finance. So you will give them a video that this is the video why you should invest. Okay. Then you can say that download your free book. In the video end of the video, you will say download my free book. After that, once you've downloaded the book, then in that thank you page, once you've downloaded the book, you immediately will get a message that enroll in my 99 workshop. Why don't you enroll in my 99 rupees workshop, or whatever be the amount, small commitment. Once you enroll in that, there will be another upsell that why don't you buy my this product, that which is of 10,000, let's say. And then another bigger commitment, let's say, okay, so you like the product, why not take a personal consultation from me worth 50,000, right? So this is an example. Now how many of you know what is a lead magnet? Please type in the meaning of lead magnet. What is a lead magnet and what is the aim? We're covering the basic concepts first, that is required. What is lead magnet? Basically, lead magnet is a tool. It can be a ebook, it can be one PDF document, it can be one workshop. Whatever you are giving in exchange of your customers' data. Which data? Name, email, phone number. Give something in exchange of information. Exactly. So Gaurav says give something in exchange of information. Absolutely correct. So if you're giving something, it can be ebook, it can be a video, it can be a webinar, or it can be a small workshop as well. Like for me, this workshop is my lead for 99 rupees lead. And why am I charging for 99 rupees? It's not to earn for 99 rupees. My ad costs are even more than this. But 499 rupees is being charged to filter the quality of leads, right? To get serious candidates only. So the more you charge, let's say if you're charging something, you are getting serious lead magnets. That is one strategy. But usually people give free ebook or webinar, whatever is the thing, that is the concept of lead magnet. And why do you need customers data? You need customers data to sell them things again and again and again. It's not just like you want to sell once. You can, once you have their email name, email and all, you can send them lots of emails with information. You can send show them ads again and again. Let's say even if your Facebook accounts get banned, no need to worry, you can create another account with your data. You can show your ads in Google Ads. But definitely you should keep on collecting leads data. Okay. uh, we have already discussed these things. Actually, I'm moving forward. Why am I skipping slides? Because I've already covered those things thoroughly. I skipped few slides by mistake. So that's one thing. So this is a typical Facebook funnel. And this is what I was saying, cold, warm, hot. If somebody is seeing your Facebook ad, he's cold audience for you. Then he once he takes the lead magnet, What does it mean? That once he takes your lead magnet, he becomes warm audience for you. He knows about you. There you provide value and then you give him the offer, and then sales happen. Simple. Okay. And now we'll take come back to few examples of Facebook ad funnels. Okay. What are the different types of funnels in the market? Actually, there are more than 350 types of funnels in the market, 350 plus. But these are basically six main types of funnel. Okay. One is direct sales funnel. What is direct sales funnel? You will see an ad. If someone clicks on the ad, you will be sent to the page, the landing page, where you will directly pitch in your main product, that this is my 10,000 rupees product or whatever the amount. This is the product, buy it. Nothing in between. No workshop, no lead generation, nothing. This is called direct sales funnel. Okay. The aim is to sell directly without webinars or without any outside involvement. Second type of funnel is, if there is any question, no. Second type of funnel is paid or free webinar funnels. Okay, so what happens in this? Somebody sees your ad again. They click on the ad. Once they click on the ad, they are sent to your landing page, one page website. Landing page is nothing but it's called one page website where somebody fills in the form. So how it works? Somebody clicks on your ad, they go to your page, fill in the form, and from there you invite them to the webinar, just like I am doing. I'm inviting you to my webinar, and then there I'll pitch in my product at the end of the webinar or at the end of the workshop, you can say. Okay. Then there comes automated webinar funnel. This is quite interesting and most popular nowadays, right? I'll tell you the use cases. For example, let's say you might have seen few webinars where you clicked on the webinar, like clicked on the ad, visited their page, registration page, or opt-in page. It is also called opt-in page, registration page, landing page, opt-in page. Basically, almost all are same. For beginner level, you can think that all are same. So basically, when somebody clicks on the ad and when you go to their landing page, you will get few slots that the webinar is available in 15 minutes. That as soon as you register, within next 15 minutes, you can watch the webinar. Sometimes you will get multiple options that webinar is available in 15 minutes, webinar next webinar starts in 6 hours, next webinar starts in 10 hours. So every 3-4 hours webinar will start. Do you think the person is really there who is conducting the webinar? For example, if you see my webinar, if I am I really there that every time I'm there and I'm conducting webinar after every few hours, right? It's not possible. So everything is automated. Basically, once they record the webinar and then they plug into the software. There are few softwares available in the market. They record the webinar once and they plug into the software, and automatically the software keeps on giving users option that you can watch after 3 hours, you can watch after 10 minutes, you can watch right now on demand. It's called on demand webinar, right? So how many of you have seen those kind of a webinar? Anyone? If you have seen any automated webinar? Balachandra says me, Boini Narsima, me, Lakshmi, Gaurav Dangji, Narsima. So I think almost all of us have seen those kind of a webinar, right? And when should you do those kind of a webinar? Let me tell you. You should do those kind of a webinar once you are familiar with the concepts. Let's say you have done. It's not that today you'll come and record a webinar and tomorrow you'll automate it. That's the wrong approach. The correct approach is first conduct few live webinars. Conduct one live webinar, conduct another live webinar. So conduct 10-20 live webinars. And once you see that, okay, everything is getting perfect, your pitch is perfect, people are buying your product after looking from your webinar, everything is going good, then the final one you can upload it. But you shouldn't upload the initial version because you don't know that it's going to work or not. So it's recommended to upload once the funnel is working. Fourth thing is a product launch funnel or WhatsApp 5-day course. Similarly, something like what I'm doing right now, where you register for my ad workshop. It can also be a free workshop, paid workshop, doesn't matter. So you registered for my workshop. At the end of the workshop, I'll be selling you something. It's understood, right? And then it will be next level course, of course. Nothing related to lead generation. So it will be next level course. And why it's called WhatsApp 5-day course or WhatsApp course? Because you add people on your WhatsApp first, right? First you add on your WhatsApp and then usually conduct classes on Zoom. But there are a few people who conduct classes on WhatsApp as well. Basically, how it works, you get added on their WhatsApp, and then instead of Zoom, they will send you links that this is the link, watch it, and let's discuss live on WhatsApp. So they will do all the question answer interaction on WhatsApp. So it varies from person to person. But the main concept is that you engage people on WhatsApp. Okay. Fifth funnel, it's the most popular funnel used internationally. It's not that popular in India, but internationally people are using it. It's called book funnel, right? Here people provide book as a lead magnet. It may be physical book, it may be ebook. Like you might have seen that something like free book, just pay for shipping. So that is called book funnel, where you see the ad again, you visit their landing page, and you are offered to download a book that learn 10 types of funnel. Download this book now. So once you download the book, then they will upsell you on the spot that thanks for downloading this book, and now you can opt in for this offer as well. Now you might be thinking that okay, I have understood all these things, but what is the requirement of different funnels? For example, let's take book funnel. If you're trying to sell 10,000 worth of product directly from an ad, it would be very hard to sell. Like if someone is checking your product, they won't buy directly, right? We need to build trust. So that is one thing, that if you're doing workshop or something, you're building trust, you're taking them through a series of steps. And second reason is, if you are giving them small commitment, your ad cost will be cheaper as well. Like for example, if you are running a ad to get a book downloaded, then maybe you might get a lead at 10 rupees, 20 rupees, 30 rupees. But if you are running an ad to sell 10,000 rupees product, you would easily end up paying 5,000, 6,000, or even more, sometimes more than 10,000 as well. But if you sell them book first, that is give them free download also for 10, 30 rupees. Let's say out of 100 people, let's say 100 people downloaded your book. So how much you paid to Facebook? 30 rupees per person into 100, 3,000 rupees. And out of these 3,000 rupees, maybe 2 3 might take your offer of 10,000 rupees directly. Facebook doesn't know about that. Facebook only knows that people are downloading your book, and Facebook is measuring that only. So that is the logic of these things. Now quickly jumping on to another part. Hmm. So Facebook ad account structure. Okay. So when you create a Facebook account, we'll learn how to create the account at last. But when you create a Facebook ad account, there are three things involved. One is campaigns, second is ad set, third is ads. So these are campaigns. Basically, there's something called marketing goal. Whenever you are running a campaign means campaign, right? That you are running some marketing promotions. That is called one campaign. Like you are running a promotion for this webinar, it's called one campaign. You are running a promotion for Diwali offer, that's one campaign. So one particular marketing promotion is called a campaign, right? So let's say uh, in Facebook there are lots of campaigns available. You when you are creating your ad, you need to be sure that what is the objective, what is the result you want from your ads. Do you want to generate leads? Basically, do you want people's name, email, phone number, and then you can contact them and close the sale? That is one thing. Or do you want sales? Like, for example, Flipkart. They are not generating leads, they are generating sales directly. Another example can be, let's say some blog is there. They don't want sales and leads. They want people to watch their read their content. Another example can be message. Like there are pages where they want conversations to happen. Another can be brand like Pepsi and Coca-Cola. They don't want leads, they don't want traffic, nothing. They just want to promote their message that this is the product, just promote it. They want to promote an emotion, right? Maggie, Coca-Cola, Nestle, Pizza Hut, they are not selling anything right away from the ad. They are just making people aware about the product. So this is where most people go wrong while creating their ad, right? It's like going to a grocery shop and asking that I want 1 liter of milk. Maybe grocery shop is just selling rice and all. If you're going to grocery shop with the aim of buying milk, that will be a wrong thing. So you need to go to milkman to get milk, not grocery shop. If you're going to milkman and asking for rice, so that is the thing why most people's ad go wrong. People want leads, but they are running some traffic campaigns. Why? Because traffic campaigns are cheaper. People want sales, but they are running lead campaigns. So these are the things, right? So now coming to quickly to what are the different possibilities in Facebook. Quickly, I'll go through that one by one. First is brand awareness. Second is reach. Both are almost similar. Brand awareness is used by companies where you need to initially promote your brand. Just example can be Coca-Cola. They just want to say that uh, this is the new brand. Maybe even as an individual, we can promote our personal brand. We don't want anything to happen. We don't want any outcome, but we just want to let people know that we exist. This is what Pankaj is doing. Pankaj is teaching Facebook people how to launch their ads. So I'll just create one ad and just circulate it on Facebook. It is the most cheapest ad, right? But I can't expect sales out of it. My initial aim is to educate people that I'm doing ads, right? Now, what is the difference between brand awareness and reach? Brand awareness means it will reach same people multiple times so that they will have more recall. But in reach, with the same amount of money, you're reaching lot many people. Okay, let me give you example. Take an example of a newspaper. Giving your ad on front page, let's say it's costing you 1 lakh rupees. If you're giving spending 1 lakh rupees and giving your ad on front page, more people will remember you, right? Because that is the first page. People will open it, before opening also they will know. So more quality audience you are getting. One person is recollecting you more and more. But let's say if you spend same 10th 1 lakh rupees to give your ads on fifth page, sixth page, it will be a lot cheaper, right? So instead of giving your ads on particular one newspaper, you can give on multiple newspaper because that way ads will be cheaper. Clear? So it's like reaching more audience, and that is reach. That's the just the difference between two. Now coming to second part, traffic. Traffic is to be used when you want to drive visitors to your website. Like for example, if your blog, you want people readers for your blog. Okay. Engagement. What when is engagement to be used? When you want to increase page likes, Facebook page likes, then you have to use engagement. You have created a post. You want more and more people to comment, like, and share. Use engagement. App installs. If you have a mobile app and you want more and more people to know about it, for example, there is an app called Zomato, Swiggy, we all know. So they can give their ad on Facebook. They just need app installs. Once people install their app, they will do the rest with the notifications and all, right? But their objective is to install the app. If they are using brand awareness or traffic, They can promote that Zomato exists, but people are not going to download unless they tell them download it. Why this differ? Because when you are giving your ad, there only that option is there. What uh, action do you want? And one more concept is there before we proceed. Like, okay, till now it's clear, right? Everyone, please type in clear if it's clear till now. Till app installs, please type in clear. And then I'll give you one more powerful concept that, okay, okay, Pankaj, like you're telling that this is working, that is working, but how these things work? How Facebook differentiates? Okay, how Facebook differentiates who is doing what? Let's take my example of my mother. She doesn't buy things online. What she does, she keeps on watching videos. She keeps on scrolling and watching videos. Okay, take example of my brother. He keeps on making purchases. Sometimes from Flipkart, sometimes from that. Whenever he sees an ad, one offer, purchase, another offer, purchase. So he has a habit of purchasing. My wife, she has a habit of reading blog. Okay, let's say uh, I like watching videos again, maybe let's say. Okay, so different people have different objectives, right? Habits actually. So let's say Facebook, what Facebook does, that depending upon the history of user, they will assign a tag that, okay, she watches videos. So whenever someone wants more and more video views, let's show the ad to her. Because Pankaj never watches video. Pankaj doesn't have time. He's busy with his workshops. He creates his own ad. I don't like to watch videos on Facebook. Okay. So I never watch videos, but I purchase things. Again, I'm in conversion thing. Right. And then my wife, she's into reading. So Facebook will tag, okay, this person is into reading. That whenever sees some ad on Facebook for sales, she never clicks. She clicks only when some reading content is there, some news is there, some article is there, then she likes it. Right. So that is why Facebook separates different audience. That this audience does this criteria. That audience has a habit of reading. That audience has a habit of purchasing. And then once we tell Facebook that I need more purchases, then Facebook will show the ads to those kind of person. Because if Facebook is I am telling Facebook I need purchases, and Facebook is showing ads to my mother type of people who just watches video. So sale will never happen, right? It will never happen. So most people, what they do, they choose random objective and tell that why sale is not happening. They have a landing page, but they use traffic ad. And, but people are visiting on their landing page, but they are not buying. They are telling people are visiting, no, but they are not buying because the people who are visiting is visiting with the intention to just read. They are not visiting with the intention to buy. Okay, so coming back, video views is used. Can Facebook differentiate type of purchase, like who likes, like who purchases clothes, who purchases courses? Yes, of course, right. We just took example of these things like objectives, but Facebook ads algorithm is like beyond our thinking. Top people are working in that. They have ability to differentiate everything. People who purchase physical products, people who purchase clothes, people who purchase courses. Because I never get ads of clothes. I get ads of courses because I just buy courses and courses for enhancing my knowledge. Right. So if I'm getting those kind of ads, similarly, like Anish ji, similarly, I think you must be getting ads of what you do online. Whatever purchases you are doing, you are also getting that kind of ads, isn't it? Let's say if you are buying clothes, you'll keep on getting ads from different brands. If you're buying medicines, you'll keep ads from different medicinal brands. So so that answers your question, right? And now coming to video views. Video views means like people who wants more and more video views. Lead generation, we have discussed people who want more and more leads. Messages, people who wants more and more messages on their Facebook page. Conversions, conversion, this is important. When people want sales, let's say I was running conversion ad. Why? Because you came to my page, paid for 99 rupees directly, and entered this workshop, right? So you were a sale for me. So I was running conversion ads. Catalog sales is run by e-commerce brands where they have multiple products at once, wide range of products. Store traffic, this is another unique objective given by Facebook, where you want people to walk into your store. Let's say you are a owner of a clothes store brand, or you own a big bazaar franchisee, so you want people to walk in your store. So you'll tell people, tell Facebook, I want this type of people who will see my offer and come to my store to claim it. So Facebook can track those things as well. Just see the mechanism of Facebook, right, Anish? So these are the things. So clear everyone with all the objectives? Can we move forward? Please type in move forward. And if someone has question, don't hesitate, keep on asking. Okay, okay. So next comes ad set. So what do we discuss? There are three things in Facebook. One is campaigns, one is ad sets, one is ads. So we have to select all the things one by one. And before campaign, there's something called ad account. So one person needs one ad account. So that's why I'm not discussing on that. Just one ad account is there. Inside that, multiple things are there. Campaign is there. It's level by level. First, you have to select the objective. Then you have to select ad set settings. Then you have to select ad settings. Now coming to ad set settings, ad sets. Okay. See, first you have selected the campaign objective. One second, let me this one. First you have selected the campaign objective. Now you are in this place, ad set, second box. Okay, in ad set you are defining three things. First is audience, second is placement, third is budget and schedule. What is audience? Whom you want to reach? What is their name? Sorry, what is their age, gender criteria, like location, demographics, psychographics? What are they interested in and all? So there you have to define whom do you want to reach? Who is your target audience? Second is placement. What do you mean by placement? Placement means where do you want to show your ads? Do you want to show your ads on Facebook? Do you want to show your ads on Instagram? Do you want to show your ads on Facebook web only? Or do you want to show your ads on Facebook mobile app? Or do you want to show your ads in like video ads? Like which platforms you want to show your ads in? They have 7 8 options there. Like for example, Instagram stories, Facebook side, in Facebook side feeds also you have that option. So lots of options they have, 7 8 options are there, so you can select that where you want to do. But what I suggest, as a beginner, we can select all. Just leave the default settings, select all. Facebook will automatically optimize. It will see that where people are mostly for which platform you are getting most results. Facebook will show your ad mostly to those platforms. Okay, platforms means platforms and placement, two things are there. Platform means Facebook and Instagram. Placements mean in Instagram, whether they're showing in news feed, or they're showing in stories, or they're showing in side videos. So those things are called placements. But Facebook and Instagram is a platform, not placements. So don't get confused. Okay, now budget and schedule. Like how much do you want to spend per day? You can start with 100 rupees, 1000 rupees. So what is your daily budget? Here you can set daily budget as well. Here you can set lifetime budget as well. Okay, let's see how it looks like. This is the screen. See, something like this. You can select the location and all. You can select the age. You can select the gender. You can select the language. Like, do you want, let's say you are from Telangana and you want to show your ads to people who know Tamil. Just define this, that people who know Tamil, they will see my ad. And here Facebook will show you the estimated reach, that how many people are lying in this age, this criteria. It's saying 290 million people are there in this criteria, and depending upon your budget, how much budget you have spent, they will show that these many people are you will reach daily, that you will reach around 7,000 people to 20,000 people daily. And this is example taken from post engagement ad. So it's saying that you will receive around 501 likes per day on your post, likes, comments, shares, right? And this is just a estimated data, you don't have to rely on it. I don't take this into consideration also. What I suggest is spend some amount, let's say 300 400 rupees per day to start with. Don't try with too low amount also, 100 rupees 200, that's too low. Try with 4 500 minimum, run it for 4 5 days, and then see what is the response you are getting. Depending upon that, make your own estimate. Okay, I'm spending 500 rupees, so I'm getting 10 leads, so this is my cost per lead. Don't just get carried away by these numbers, because they are giving estimated numbers. Okay, we have done campaigns, we have done ad sets. Now coming to third part. Third part is what? Third part is ads. Okay, Gaurav Dang says, will we go through how to create ad account and business manager? Yes, definitely. Four parts of an ad. Okay, see, what is the actual ad? The ad which is seen on your Facebook feed. Whenever you're scrolling, you don't see campaigns there, you don't see ad sets there. As an end user, what you see? An ad. And what ad consists of? Just four things. First is offer, the audience, description, and image. These are the four main parts of any successful ad. Image, image can be image or image can be video, right? Whichever you are seeing, that is called image or video. Then audience, we know that whom we want to select, whom we want to show our ads to. We define a criteria for that. Offer, what is that you want to offer? Are you offering free workshop for coaches where you are teaching something? Are you offering, let's say, some e-commerce products, let's say mobile cover? What are you exactly offering? What is your offer? That is also important, as important as everything. Third is description. What is description? This one is ad description. This is ad image, number one, and this is description. Let me hide this first. Hide floating meeting controls. Yeah, this is ad description, the one which is coming above image. Okay, let me bring in meeting controls again and erase it. Annotate, clear drawings. Okay, done. Control F5. Okay, description is nothing but more details about your product. Before somebody goes to your landing page, they want to read more. That okay, this ad is saying enroll to the students tele for your course, 7 days Facebook ads workshop. Okay, but what am I going to learn more? In one line I've given my offer, that this is my offer, but what more am I going to learn? People will ask that, right? So in my ad description I am telling that, are you not getting enough registrations for your coaching program? I'm telling whatever I want to discuss. No, this is my sales script. Basically, the ad description is nothing. It's my sales script. And below your ad image, there's something called headline, where in one line you're telling again that this is my ad. Then Santosh says, does image ad impact effectively? Yes, ad image is the most important part, because when somebody is scrolling, they're not seeing the description, they're not reading the headline, they're just seeing your ad image first, right? So it depends on how your ad image is. If to keep it as simple as possible, do I need to add a description if I'm adding a landing page? Yes, still, even if you have a landing page, still it's better to add a description, because landing page is the next part once they click on your ad. But why will they click on your ad? Just imagine if description was not there on my ad, only enroll 2 to 3 students daily for your course. Maybe people might have clicked, maybe they might not have clicked. But what we want is we want quality people. We don't want everyone to click also. Sometimes you might say that if description is not there, more people will click on the image to see the landing page, but we don't want more clicks to happen. We want more quality clicks to happen, so that we want to set the expectations right. So in our description we are telling that if you are suffering from this problem and I have this solution for you, and if you want this solution, then only click on the ad. So we're not getting random people. See in my headline, what I'm in my description, what I'm saying, hey coaches. So I'm clearly telling them that this ad is for coaches. This ad is not for everyone to generate leads. This is especially for coaches, lead generation for coaches, right? That is the important of ad description. Okay, so this is the quick overview what we have discussed. You can take a screenshot if you want. There is a Facebook ad account. Inside that there are campaigns. You can create different campaigns. Maybe one campaign is for your brand awareness campaign, that where you want to promote your brand. Another campaign is where you want to get more and more video views. Third campaign can be you want more sales. Fourth campaign can be you want more leads. Okay, now inside one campaign there are multiple ad sets, and inside each ad set there are multiple ads. I'll explain why this structure is required. Let's take campaign 1 for example. What is the objective of campaign 1? To generate leads. And I'm running a Facebook campaign, let's say, to generate leads for my digital marketing course, let's say. Okay. Now, who can be my students? In ad set, what do we define? Audience and budgets, right? So in ad set, main thing is audience. In campaign, main thing is objective. Campaign 1, let's say, it's for, let me write, let's say campaign 1, this is for lead generation for a digital marketing course. Let's say this is my objective of this campaign. Okay, that is the objective. Now, why do I need multiple ad sets? Any guesses, everyone? Like, why do I need multiple ad sets? Remember, in ad set we are describing different audiences. Why do I need to define different audiences? But why? Yes, Gaurav says one is test different audience, different targeting. Yes, I'll tell more about it. Like let's say one ad set is like for students. I'm teaching digital marketing to students. Another is I'm teaching digital marketing to business owners. Third ad set can be maybe I'm teaching digital marketing to, let's say, coaches and trainers. They are also kind of business owners, but still they're different professionals, right? So I'm creating different ad sets, and inside each ad set my theme will be focused on students. For example, ad 1 and ad 2, my messaging, my image will be focused on students. That hey students, do you want to advance in your career? Do you want to learn some extra curricular activity or something, whatever you want? Do you want to learn an outstanding skill? Do you want to learn a skill where your internship would count? Or do you want a skill where you can earn part-time income? Something like that. We're focused on just students, right? So all the ads inside it, ad 1, ad 2, or maybe n number of ads, all ads will be talking about students. Ad 3 and ad 4, they are inside ad set 2. So those ads will be entirely different. I'll be talking to business owners, that do you want to develop your business? So do you want to grow your business? Do you want to generate more leads? Are you not getting sales? So if I keep all those things in same ad set, let's say if I keep ad set 1, 2, 3, 4 in ad set 1, if I keep all the four ads, ad 1, ad 2, ad 3, and ad 4 in ad set 1, okay, then what it will happen, everything will be going to students. So I need to make different ad sets, so that one ad theme, basically when I'm promoting for student, it's going just to students. If I'm promoting for business owners, it's going to business owners. Similarly for coaches, it will be different set of ads, right? Let me clear the screen again. Clear till now, guys? Final. Please type in clear again if you're clear till now. Fully clear about the concepts.